Oh, boy. Hi, everyone. Hope you guys are having a great day. And I am live right now. And please do not judge me with this sweater, guys. I know it's a hoodie, but it's really cold in here. Very, very cold. All right, let me go ahead and share my screen. So let's see how many people on the live stream. Wow, we have nobody on the live stream. Again, these are just the early days, so I'm not too much into thinking about it too much. But let me just go ahead and share my screen. Sooner or later, I'll be back regularly on this channel, but at least want to have any questions you guys have about the cryptocurrency market and so forth. And let's see, how do I do this? Let me share my window. Okay, I'll share this window. Awesome. Share my screen. Okay, couple of things I want to talk about is with the market right now. Current cryptocurrency market stands at about $3.88 trillion. I definitely think within the next year, 2 years, maybe we might see current market cap of exceeding like 5 to 10 trillion. I won't be surprised because if we get that Fed rate cut, it's going to be crazy. And I did not expect the market to be really heated today. I think Bitcoin went as high as, how high did Bitcoin go within the past 24 hours? Believe it went as high as $1,500. Let's see the peak. Yeah. Um, as high as 117, about $118,000, which is a really big jump to where it was even just a few days ago, where it was trading at about, I think a few days ago, today's the 7th. Man, just yesterday it was at 114. It shows you how volatile this market is. I mean, seriously, very, very volatile. But yeah, let's take a look at other tokens as well. Ethereum back up to almost $4,000. We have XRP, we have Tether, we have Solana, right around $180. I can't tell you what's going on because I don't even know. But let's take a look at the news and the controversy right now. But I do know a little bit. I think there's also growing expectations of a Fed rate cut, and there's most likely a, a group out there that thinks we might get a 25 basis point rate cut this September during the next FOMC meeting. I mentioned that yesterday. Could this be for where we see the euphoria and drive in the market right now? I don't know, but that would be one strong catalyst. Uh, let's take a look at the headlines today. We have from Cointelegraph, how to use Grok for real-time crypto trading signals. I don't really care. You guys can use AI, but I tell you that AI is going to make mistakes as well. We have Ethereum surge signals incoming, 200 to 500 altcoin pump trader. Um, uh, People are throwing out numbers for the Ethereum price. And who's that guy, that Asian guy that comes on CNBC to talk about cryptos and pump markets? Lee, let's type here Lee's prediction for Ethereum. I keep on getting him confused with Charlie Lee, the founder of Litecoin. But let's take a look at his name. Yeah, Tom Lee. Tom Lee of Fundstrat. The guy is now predicting $16,000 for the price of one ETH token during this cycle. And Vitalik came out recently and said that he backs Ethereum treasury firms but warns of over leverage. So let's go ahead and take a peek on what this article is saying. Vitalik Buterin says public companies that buy and hold Ether broaden the token's access to a wider range of investors, but caution on leveraging too heavily. So let's take a look at what he's saying. Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin has shown support behind so-called Ether treasury companies, but warned the trend could spiral into an over-leveraged game if not handled responsibly. In an interview with the Bankless podcast, you guys check out Bankless. It's a pretty good podcast. He released on Thursday. Burton said a growing number of public companies buying and holding ETH was valuable as they expose the token to a broader range of investors, which is good because that's why we have, we have the treasury companies. I think we have Ethereum ETF exchange or no exchange traded product out there. So what does he say? There's definitely valuable services that are being provided there, Burton said. He added that companies buying into ETH treasury firms instead of holding the token directly gives people more options, especially those with different financial circumstances. Now, why would you not buy the Ethereum token and go to a Bitcoin treasury company? Sometimes companies have weird restrictions depending on the jurisdiction or the states that they are from. Some companies in the EU can't really buy cryptocurrencies, but they could buy companies instead, like MicroStrategy, for example. So let's read further here. So-called crypto treasury companies have become the hottest trend on Wall Street, garnering billions of dollars to buy up and hold swaths of cryptocurrencies to give traders exposure to the tokens, with the most popular plays being Bitcoin and Ether. Leverage must not lead to ETH's downfall. That was one of Vitalik Burton's concern. If you guys don't know who Vitalik Burton is, you're brand new to the space. Like the guy's been here since like a million years. 5 years in crypto, that's 10 years. Burton tempered his support with caution, stressing that ETH's future must not come at the cost of excessive leverage. If you woke me up 3 years from now and told me that treasuries lead to the downfall of ETH, then of course my guess for why would basically be that somehow they turned it into an over-leveraged game. What does it mean by over-leveraged? If they hoard too much ETH, but during a weird downturn, they decide to sell it all to liquidate assets, or the business is not going right and they need to just sell just to preserve some cash or capital, that's where this bubble could pop. A lot of people are saying that this is the sign of the next bubble with these Bitcoin and Ethereum treasury companies. Guys, I don't make predictions, but I just look at trends in the news. And right now, they said a similar thing during the last bull run as with FTX and with these stable coin companies that fell and it did not work well. But a few people predicted that that would happen. And guess what? An FTX exchange did end up going out of business because people trusted your crypto to exchanges and not hold their private keys. And there's that part of the Bitcoin people that get it, that somehow your predictions are, I'd say, mostly right, which is kind of scary. I think these are like the psychic kids. Okay, so that's it for Burton. But let's take a look at other headlines. And I'm going to grab some coffee real quickly. So bear with me 1 second. I'm going to put my thing off right now and grab some tea. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I had to get some tea while I do this live stream. I got my kettle right here, and it's pretty good and efficient. Just works for me. All right, all right, all right. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, another article I want to take a look at is this Clean Spark one, because that was relatively interesting. So let's take a look at that article, see what it says. And my biggest regret of having a crypto channel is not keeping up to it. I just never kept up, guys, because I was always so busy. Oh, by the way, this is a segue where I get into commercial break. If you guys are looking for a life insurance policy or any type of insurance, pet insurance, home property insurance, you name any type of insurance, and you're in the United States of America, DM me or leave a comment, and I will get back to you on policies and quotes that we have. Okay, going back to our regularly scheduled program. All right. Another Cointelegraph article. All right. CleanSpark reports record revenue in most successful quarter ever. CleanSpark's results for its Q3 saw revenues nearly 200 million, jumping 91% from the same time a year ago. I think CleanSpark is a crypto mining company. Yes, they are. Wow. Okay, look at me. Bitcoin miner CleanSpark has reported its best ever quarterly results with its highest ever revenue and profitability, beating analysts' expectations. CleanSpark said on Thursday that its revenue for its third quarter from April to June was 198.6 million, a 91% increase from its 104 million in revenues from the same quarter a year ago. Wow. So they beat analysts' expectations, guys, by quite a lot. So beating analysts' expectations of around 195 million, that was pretty good for these earnings call. This was the most successful quarter in CleanSpark's history, and it reflects the strength of your strategy. The firm also reported quarterly net income of 257 million. Wow. They are making a lot of money, huh? Compared to a loss of 236 million in the previous year. Its diluted earnings per share were 78 million. Okay, so I'm kind of confused here. They reported a net income of 257 million, but they had revenue of 198 million. That's kind of confusing because net income is the delta from revenue. So how did they? That makes no sense. I think someone's math is off. But it says here, fiscal Q3 was a pivotal quarter for CleanSpark as we fully funded operational expenses through monthly Bitcoin production while simultaneously expanding our Bitcoin treasury, said its financial officer, Gary V. Gary, actually, it's not V as in the marketing guy, Gary V. It is Gary Vecchiarelli, okay? So interesting. But I think your math is off when it comes to the overall income, because income should be always less than the actual revenue, or they're doing some type of weird accounting that I don't quite understand. All right. So first company to hit hash rate milestone, that's CleanSpark. Results failed to win investor. Okay, shares of CleanSpark ended trading on Thursday down over 2.5% to 1072 and saw only a slight bump after I was like cool to a less. So they had reported good earnings, but their stock still fell. It happens, guys. It really happens. There's nothing you can do about it sometimes. The stock just falls. We saw the similar thing with MicroStrategy last week or this week last week they had earnings and the stock fell. Okay, so let's go to other articles right here. All right. Perpetual DEX aims to solve the core problems of on-chain trading. Here's why. And here's what happened in crypto today. Let's take a look at this article of what happened to crypto today. And this will be the last article. We had one person get on the live. Thank you for that one person. Okay, here's what happened in crypto today. Need to know what happened. Let's take a look. Let me just scroll down and read the headlines. Okay, so we had Trump picks top economic advisor to temporarily fill crucial U.S. Fed seat. U.S. President said he would nominate Steve Micrin, chair of the Council of Economic Advisors, to temporarily replaced Federal Reserve Board of Governors member Adriana Kugler after her resignation becomes effective on Friday. Why is this lady leaving? It doesn't really say why. And other news we have here is Trump to allow crypto in 401k plan for U.S. workers, White House says. That's going to be big because that's going to open the floodgates when it comes to all the Bitcoin and Ethereum type of merchandise. Let's take a look at others. We have Iron up 11% on Wednesday after mining more than Mara in July, another cryptocurrency company that did well again in this quarter. And that's about it, guys. All right, that's all for my conversation. If you guys just want to keep it light-headed, this space is always interesting and weird at the same time. And if you have questions, just feel free to drop it on the chat. All right, I love doing this. I know, it's easy just doing a 10-minute segment per day and just talking about other topics. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.